What is the impact of U.S. Federal Reserve rate hikes on emerging market currencies? Well, not good. Here's a tweet from a macro analyst based in Italy. Let's take a look at this tweet here. It says dollar rate hike. Well, dollar index versus rate hikes. Emerging markets have never been so. We actually had to bleep that out because it was an expletive that was used for that word. If we take a closer look at the chart, let's put that chart up. It shows a correlated trajectory of U.S. rate hike expectations and the dollar index. So the yellow line is the dollar index on the left, rate expectations on the right. They continue to rise and put pressure on especially emerging market currencies. Now let's talk about oil. In an interview with online publication Business Insider, here's what economist and Boston College Associate Dean Alexander Tomic had to say about rising oil prices and a rising U.S. dollar. He says here, high oil prices are a double whammy for everyone outside the U.S. Other countries have to pay even more for barrels of crude because they're dealing with the rising dollar and rising oil prices. The U.S. is dealing with just the rising oil prices. It is quite interesting. All right, let's take a look at a Bloomberg headline, an article from Bloomberg energy analyst Javier Blas. He says, in the oil market, the strong dollar is the world's problem. So when you put all this together, who can profit off of the currency pressures faced by emerging markets? Our next guest believes it's currency traders. Joining us, Oluwaseun Oyeleke, who's a country manager, and Micheal Udoh, head of operations, both from FX trading platform Infinox Capital Nigeria Limited. Gentlemen, you're welcome. Micheal, you're welcome back because we had you last year. Good to have you. Okay, so you folks train people on trading FX. Micheal, we've spoken. I have my reservations, right? So, I'm a conservative trader. Oluwaseun, let me throw this to you. Are you training people on the real life scenarios, like what is going on right now with emerging market currencies that are being so under pressure? Are your training programs, are they teaching people about what is theory versus reality? Are they teaching them about the reality?
Yes, our training programs are tailored towards life scenario. Okay, I'm going to mention one of the microeconomics, indicators like unemployment rates.
Okay.
So the higher the employment rate, it's going to have negative impact on the currency of a particular country. So, for example, let's say we have unemployment rate about 26%.
33. Let's use what Nigeria is. 33.
33%.
Yes.
Sometimes last month. So we can say that this is too high. Government can say let's put a policy in place to bring it down. And that means you have to create more job opportunity. So if they do that, can bring it down to like 30. That means more people are employed, more money in the circulation, and therefore it will better the economy of the country.
Well, we would hope. We would hope. It's a very optimistic point there. Micheal, currency pairs. Let me bring up some currency pairs. We started looking at there's a whole number of currency pairs out there. Let's put this up. We've got, I believe, this is as of about an hour ago. We've got the dollar. So we've got the U.S. dollar flat against the euro. The Japanese yen weaker by 33 basis points to the dollar. The pound strengthening against, the US dollar strengthening against the pound. The Canadian dollar strengthening against the US dollar. I think we've got a whole number of them. Currency pairs seem to be the bread and butter of what you folks do. But how can you profit off of a currency pair when the dollar, we saw that chart with the dollar appreciating. Yes, when it's appreciating against all these other emerging market currencies. And then even if you don't pair the dollar against them, if you pair two other currencies against each other, if it is an emerging market currency, it is weaker. So how on earth, again, back on this reality-based thing, how on earth, Micheal, can you make any type of profits when the currency pairs are what they are?
Okay, Mr. Rotos.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to take you back to the previous conversation
that we had.
Education, learning, skills.
Okay.
These are essential.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at the current dollar hikes, you're not buying, like when we're comparing the current crude oil prices that is rising, dollar price is rising. As a forex trader, you're not buying crude oil.
Yeah, but crude oil is impacting the currencies.
Beautiful. So, as a forex,
beautiful from a profit perspective.
So as a forex trader, what you need to do is understand this data, use it to your advantage. If the prices go, if it's weakening, you sell. If it's appreciating, you buy.
Yeah, but my issue is that it is one currency that is strong, which is the dollar. Okay. So if I'm a trader and I buy, so you're betting against the two, right?
So like
I do the dollar.
If you look at the charts you post earlier on, even the what's it called, pounds at some point was stronger than the dollar.
Yes.
So your theory of dollar being strong all time is not entirely true.
Right.
Like the chart I was showing before the conversation, at some point, dollar gains strength.
Because it's volatile.
Yes, at some point it loses. So what you do as a forex trader is to sit down and look at these dynamics in the data. Do you understand? And then you begin to take trades based on those data that you've taken a look at.
Okay,
in the same vein, somebody who is in the BDC market, for instance, if there's still anything like BDC.
They're still,
okay. I had a new one yesterday. I think there's what they call it now. There's black markets pro rate. So whatever that is. so basically, someone who is in that business, in that space, knows that exchange rate today is 5. Let's say 610, and tomorrow it's going to be exchanging at 615.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Dollar has strengthened, right?
Yes, exactly.
So if I'm the person exchanging, what do? I hold my dollar. Wait, even if Seun yourself is telling me to want to buy dollar today, I don't have to sell.
Right.
I will sell tomorrow so I can sell at a higher profit. So as a forex trader, you're consistently looking for opportunities in the market that can maximize your returns.
Even though, and my issue is this, because it seems to be the dollar that is outpacing every other currency. If I'm trading on the dollar, and you're trading on the dollar, and Seun is trading on the dollar, and our prompter, our technical staff, and everybody in this studio and outside, there are still profit margins to be made, even though we're all piling into that same dollar.
So the truth is, everybody trading on the dollar would have a reason why they're trading. So I think only me and Seun can trade on the dollar right now. Every other person go and get the skill. So you know why we're trading or what we're buying.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Seun, speaking of skills, as far as the risks, because this is something that Michael and I talked to last time he was here. What are you educating people on the risks? Because it's a volatile market, and this is risky business. Like is that a Tom Cruise movie? Risky Business was a Tom Cruise movie, I think 1988 or so. Anyway, yeah. So are you educating your users on the risks?
Yeah, we're doing that 100%. Every business has their own risk. So for this industry, you need to understand risk management at the very top level.
Yeah.
So if you do this and you're not greedy, trust me, you make enough money. So you can't make all this money in one night or over. So over time, you put it together. Do you understand? So it's just like a drop of water inside the ocean. Do you understand?
Okay.
So most times traders just feel like can make hell of money today. So you make $1,000 today, you think tomorrow it's going to be the same thing. It doesn't work that way. There must be a proper money management in place.
So discipline.
And what do I mean by that? You want to enter a particular trade. You feel like, I want to make $10. How much are you willing to lose? You must calculate your risk.
And you're telling users that. That's the key thing. You are telling them.
Every blessed
Because
day.
people seem to think FX trading is magic or something.
Magic. Every day.
It's not magic.
We do this every day.
Yeah.
Every day for our trainers. And people that listen to us, even on webinar, that Google Meet or through Zoom, we do this every blessed day.
So the other thing I want to add to that is we can teach this much about risk management. Nobody can teach you about level of greeds.
Right.
You understand?
And discipline.
And discipline. Yeah. So we can teach so much, right? And then your greed level would determine how profitable or otherwise it would be. And truthfully, forex trading is not magic.
Say that again, please. Can you say it again?
It is not magic.
No, say it again.
Forex trading, it's not magic.
Thank you. All right. All right.
You need to learn, and then, of course, it's quite profitable, I could say. And, of course, if you're not knowledgeable, you could also eat the backlash.
Go ahead.
In addition to this, a lot of people put pressure on their capital. They do not see forex as a business. So it's like a random business online. I can just make money and go out. And another time they say, is forex still existing? I hear that a lot, like, does this still exist in the world? I say, it's not going anywhere. Yeah. It's been there and it's still be there.
Okay. Michael, this is something you and I we've argued about this next question several times. This issue of pairing a new trader with an experienced one. Where I heavily put this experience in quotes. How do you determine the experience level of a trader? And there can't be any guarantee that that experienced trader is going to make money for the new person that you're pairing them with. So
Okay, so what we do is, well, I'm sure what you're talking about is the platform where we pair beginners with experienced traders.
Right.
Now, this idea started from when we did our first anniversary in Nigeria. So we had a 7-week free education for everyone who cared to attend. And we realized at some points the number increased for those that wanted to get that knowledge.
Okay.
Maybe after like 3, 4, 5 days, during the first week, the number dropped. So we had to go back and find, hey, what's happening? You guys don't want to learn how to trade anymore. We realized that most of them don't actually want to trade, or they think it's too complex.
Yeah.
They just wanted a solution where they can just give money to somebody and then the person does and give them some sort of return. They're like, oh, okay. We now went back to the drawing board. And we said, okay, let's pick up this idea of the same knowledge around the car hailing services, where you have a driver, you have the platform, and you have the person who is using the ride.
Yeah.
Now, so these car hailing services, what do? They make advertisements, get people who have cars to come and apply, inspect the vehicles, see that the vehicle is in good shape, onboard them. Then the people who want to ride, request a ride, the car goes, and voila. In the same vein, we said, okay, we can implement same sort of ideas around this. So we call all the traders on one side who are, in quote, are successful. How do we determine that they are successful? Is to see their trading result for the last 3 months to see how consistent they have been in making profit.
Okay, keep going.
All right, so when we check that out, that's a basis. Okay, so this person, to a large extent, knows his onions and know what he can do.
Okay,
so we
are waiting for that key phrase, to a large extent. So all right, keep going. That's what I was waiting for. All right, okay.
All right. Okay. So and then we onboard them on a solution.
Yeah.
And then the person who don't have time to learn can as well open an account with us, and then mirror the trades and determine what his own risk is.
And you're still telling him about the risk.
This business
is risky.
Has risk.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
So what we then do is, and then for the strategy providers in quotes, on our platform, we sort of show key statistics about this individual, how consistent he's been, how much money is lost.
And money made. So losses, profits, and losses.
All that statistics is there.
Yeah.
So you, the person wanting to copy, can then say, okay, based on this person, is he a high risk trader that I want to copy, or is it someone that fits into my own grid level?
Yeah.
All right. You know, and then once you decide that, you can then copy the person. And there's a general saying, past results.
It does not indicate future performance.
Hallelujah.
Okay,
so, however, the whole idea was just to be able to connect those who don't have time to be able to also take advantage of the Forex. And I can tell you that a whole lot of our customers who have used that platform would have positive testimony to tell about this.
Okay, speaking of testimonies, I have to show you this. Let's put up these famous FX, the famous trading losses historically. We had just a number of, this is just across different spectrums of Wall Street trading. We have that. Let's put up those famous trading losses where, okay, yes. So what do you do? I only have a couple minutes left. Morgan Stanley 2007, 9 billion loss credit default swap. Societe Generale equity derivatives 7.2 billion. Amaranth Advisors 6.6 billion. Natural gas futures. LT Capital Management interest rates and equity derivatives 4 billion loss. Sumitomo Corp 2.6 billion loss. The last one, the last one at the bottom. Ara Cruz 2008 Brazil. Forex options.
Why are you screaming?
Okay, I'm sorry. Because I want people to know that they have to be careful. So
I think you have the thing with Forex.
Yeah, I just, that's why I wanted you guys here to it's just to remind people of the risks. I mean, so what's your losses happen day and night? Yeah. So again, I don't know, what's your reaction to the chart and what do you want to say about risk again?
All right, so Oshin, you want to take this?
Okay, so like the last one,
they
could have probably bet on a particular fundamental news, okay, that could drive the markets and probably expose a lot of the funds, chunk of the funds, like let me say like 80% of the funds.
Billion.
Okay, yes. Yeah. So something like that, only for the news to probably come out, okay, and the news decided to do otherwise. Okay, so for example, I'll give you, for example, sometimes in January 15, 2015, we have the Swiss governor, I mean the CBN governor here in Nigeria. They say want to defend CHF.
Swiss franc, when they
Swiss
made that,
franc.
yes,
Okay,
a
so
lot
they
of people
decided
lost
to
money that
remove the cap, okay?
Yeah.
And nobody can actually militate against that. So a lot of forex companies went down the drain, money was lost. So the bet was the cap will not be removed.
Right.
Okay, so a lot of people bet against that.
Yeah.
The cap was removed. Don't forget that money went somewhere else, to some pocket, some people.
So somebody made
Do you understand? So that's how it works. so
final comments, Michael. Thank you for bringing up that example. Final comment, because we got to go. Okay. What's the expansion? I talk about expansion. Are you guys expanding?
Yeah, we're expanding. We have presence in over 15 countries around the world.
Yeah.
We have an office in Lagos. We have in Abuja. We're going into several places. Yeah. So, well, final word. Everybody listening, unlike Rotten.
I want people to be careful. Go ahead.
Learn how to trade forex.
Yeah.
You know, put in time to learn. Don't do the get rich quick opportunity. Yes, there are risks, but it's really profitable as well if you know what you're doing. All right. So that's my last word. Don't be like Rotten.
I'm a careful trader. I'm trying to be careful. Micheal Udoh, head of sales, head of operations at Infinox Capital Nigeria Limited. Oluwaseun Oyeleke, country director, Infinox Capital Infinox Nigeria Capital Limited. Thank you both, gentlemen, for coming and being very honest with the people about the risks of forex trading, even though it is profitable as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate
it. Also put the result of people who are making money versus this one.
So we can add it to the chat. You're watching the Global Business Report here on Arise News. We'll have more for you after the break. Do stay tuned.